Hello, welcome back to another video. Tis I, Dollar Store Noxanor, and today we got Hasan Piker. What the frick? This has to be one of the weirdest things dude has ever done. What a fucking title. By hero, what a fucking title. He's really he's really fucking out here stretching out that 100 fucking character title, huh?
Does anyone else think this is a weird look? Because after Charlie Kirk lost his life, Hasan is doing what people are calling a press tour. He had recently sat down with Vanity Fair and done this entire interview.
What a joke,
Not
dude.
just that, but Hasan also wrote a guest article for the New York Times about what he would have asked Charlie Kirk in their debate.
Bro, the dude literally making Charlie Kirk's death about himself. Like, it's insane, man. You know what the fucking morally correct thing would have been to do here? To say no to all these places, to be like, the dude just died. I'm not doing any of this to pay respects. But of course, we all know what Hasan's stance is when it came to Charlie. No matter how much he tries to pretend to be like, oh guys, no, this was bad. He at the end of the day fucking enjoys the fact that he died and fucking ravels in it. Like, the dude literally seethes whenever people pay respects for him. Like, are we gonna ignore the fact that the dude went fucking mental when the fucking New York Yankees opted to have a moment of silence for him at their game? Like, bro, he was literally losing his mind, but trying to stay as composed as he could be, so that way, you know, it wouldn't be a fucking a blatant mask off moment like he's had in the past. It's just fucking, it's like, bro, like, no matter how much he's like, oh yeah, I'm so sad, guys. I'm so sad that this happened. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not. If anything, you're relieved because you won't get your fucking ass handed to you by Charlie anymore on a silver platter during the debate that you would have had.
I was supposed to debate Charlie Kirk. Here's what I would have said. So instead of these outlets like actually covering this stuff genuinely, they're using this to try and like promote Hasan. And Hasan seems like he's totally okay with that. As a matter of fact, he seems to—
If anything, it just proves how pro-terrorist these organizations are and how pro-propaganda they are. Because, like, if you're quite literally trying to promote Hasan, who's quite literally a terrorist supporter, then, in my opinion, guilty by association at this point. And given how these outlets have gone out and not even actually paid their respects to Charlie and been like, yo, this was a tragic loss. Instead, they're trying to, like, you know, be like a pseudo PR team for Hasan. It's literally just disgraceful, honestly, genuinely. But what do you expect from the same outlets that quite literally said that Hasan was a liberal mind in a MAGA body? Like, what does that even fucking mean, dude? What does that even mean?
to support it as he's going on these giant corporate platforms and doing just that. Actually, Tectone would respond saying Hasan using Charlie Kirk's death to plug his Twitch streams surprises no one. Over at The Atlantic, they would prop up Hasan in an extremely bizarre way too. Like, this one is exceptionally weird. So they say a new and dangerous kind of fame in this article about Charlie Kirk's passing, but as mentioned, they very quickly make this about Hasan. And they
fucking cringe.
Say here before the article gets cut off, and I'm not going to subscribe or pay to see the rest of it, but we can see plenty right here. Where, as mentioned, they like fluff Hasan up, saying a string of pearl-like beads peeked out from beneath Piker's midnight blue collar. He took his thick glasses off his face and rubbed his eyes. His backdrop was a colorful tableau of posters, neon sign, and
what is this? Bro, this is like something you'd see out of like 50 Shades of Grey. Like, what the fuck? What next? Is he gonna like take a sip of his fucking glass and they're gonna describe how he looks like it's the most refreshing glass imaginable? Like oh my god, he took a sip of the of his ice cold water, glistening in his eyes. You could see the ecstasy of refreshment as he chugged it down. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, who wrote this?
dozing dog. He looked the part of a hot celebrity, living a comfortable, normal life in Los Angeles, yet he was processing in real time a gory murder that held personal implications. What the?
Oh my god, I can't help but cringe, man. Oh my god, like, just, man. Oh my god, dude, bro, whoever wrote this should be like just straight up like ashamed at the fact that like how do you write this with a straight face is my question. Like genuinely, how can anyone with the like like bro, I've seen gayer porn straighter than this, man. Holy shit. Like goddamn, the glazing is insane, dude. It genuinely feels like fucking some chick who has like a hard on who wants like some weird Hasan and her fanfic wrote this. Like this genuinely feels like Hasan fanfic.
A frick? Who would write this, man? This journalist, man. You got to be a real freak to write about an assassination and the gore in that clip. And in the same thing, you're like going off about how you think Hasan looks hot. Like
just
what?
Glazing Hasan and whatnot.
Slate.com. They would say Hasan Piker knew Charlie Kirk. The leftist streamer says that in the rush to mourn Kirk and condemn political.
Do you know what's funny? You know what? You know what? I'll say it. I'll say it. Based off of how these fucking people on the left describe Charlie Kirk, yeah, it makes sense that they'd say Hasan is the new Charlie Kirk. It makes sense. Anyone with a rational mind would see this and be like, no, Hasan's like an extremist radical, and Charlie Kirk was just an average dude. But you need to remember how the left describes Charlie. The left quite literally described Charlie as an extremist, as a right-wing radical, as a misogynist, as all these other buzzwords. So yeah, when you think about it, in their own skewed leftist radical brains, it makes sense that they would say that Hasan is the new Charlie Kirk, because Hasan is the embodiment of everything that they claimed what Charlie was. Even though anyone who actually watched Charlie or listened to Charlie knows that he was the most vanilla out of every political commentator. He was the most, he was quite literally the vanilla cake with vanilla icing and bits of strawberry in the middle with some more icing. Like that's what Charlie was. Like he was the most tame out of everyone, like Candace Owens, out of like people like Carlson Tucker, Matt Walsh, Tim Pool. Out of all those people, Charlie was quite literally the most tame. Meanwhile, Hasan is quite literally everything that they accused Charlie of being, but for their side. So yeah, like anyone with a rational brain will see this and be like, that's disrespectful to Charlie. But you need to keep in mind, these people aren't rational. They're not. Just if you've seen Hasan and you know what Hasan is like on stream and you know the type of rhetoric Hasan spews, it makes 100% sense how in their radicalized brains they would assume that Hasan is exactly like Charlie, because they see Charlie as like what Hasan is for the right, even though, or not, they view Hasan as what they imagined Charlie was like for the right, but for their side, if that makes any sense. When in reality, they're nothing alike. You can't even say they're day and night. They're like nothing alike. Comparing Hasan to Charlie is like comparing a boiled egg to a supernova. It just makes zero sense.
Legal violence. Kirk's own words and politics are in danger of being whitewashed, or ignored. How does that make any sense? How is Charlie Kirk a white man? How are his words getting whitewashed? It's pretty telling that in passing, these corpos are...
What the fuck? His words are being whitewashed. How? What? What? He's white. How is something that a white person is saying being whitewashed? That makes no sense. Like, this is how fucking crazy these people are. Because they know the term blackwashed exists, and they know that people are using that correctly, so they're trying to make a new term, whitewashed, but they're not even using it properly in the way that they're supposed to use it. Like, what? An example of that would be like if a white person was changing Martin Luther King message, that is like, and using their words to like push their own narrative. That's whitewashing. That right there, I think could be considered whitewashing. But to say that Charlie Kirk's words and what he preaches are being whitewashed, like what? What?
We're still trying to character assassinate the dude. And it doesn't end there either. Ms. Hasan also sat down with Politico for yet another interview. This whole press
But of
thing
course,
criticism, such as it's broadly telling that the person mainstream media is most comfortable talking about Charlie Kirk with isn't his family or friends, but instead Hasan Piker. Now, I don't know if Hasan approached these journalists.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking wild, dude. That's pretty wild. And I think he's gonna say like a little bit just statement.
Or if they approached him, but all dude would really have to say to the journos is that this is not the appropriate time or place for an interview.
You think Hasan would give two shits about anything being appropriate, given that he's called for the death of conservatives and Republicans on stream? Do you think he gives a damn about anything being appropriate, given what his rhetoric is? But yeah, like what I was gonna say, I think it's a mix of both. I think some did reach out to him because he was gonna be the next person that Charlie debated. And I think he's also reaching out after some of them reach out to him. Like, it's probably like some probably reached out to him, then he used the influence of those reaching out to him to reach himself out to the other ones and be like, oh, well, they reached out to me. You don't want to be, the news outlet that didn't reach out to me now, do you? Kind of like that. Something like that is what I think sort of went down, where maybe 2 to 3 at max reached out to him, then he used the influence of those 2 to 3 to reach out to the others and be like, well, they interviewed me. Don't you want to also interview me? Type of situation.
Instead, he seems like he's all about it. It's truly bizarre stuff. But let me know what you think in the comments and consider liking or subscribing. Appreciate your support. I'll see you in the comments here and in the next one.
I mean, narcissists will be narcissists. What can you expect? A narcissist will always choose the most narcissistic path that they can. And you could see it with Hasan and all that shit. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz. We got a nice short one today. But yeah, not muting this time on accident at the end. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz, and I will catch you all in the next one. Be safe out there. Be careful. Protect yourselves. Protect your family, loved ones, friends from these crazies out there. Remember to believe nothing, question everything, and always seek the deeper truth. And I will catch you all in the next one. Dollar Store Nuxador out!